Hi there, my name's Dan. I'm from BuildExact Software. If you're watching this video, it's because a BuildExact user has invited you to use the client portal function. So this could be a builder on your new house or remodel. It could be a subcontractor or a trade you're working with. But this video is going to talk about what is this portal you've been invited to, how to use it. We'll also have a look at some of the selection features which are part of the portal. We'll look at how you can control the notifications, and we'll talk about access to this portal long term. So first point, what is the portal? I'm going to jump over to this screen here. So when you get the invite email, you'll have a link in here inviting you to access the portal. In a nutshell, the portal is designed to be a one-stop place for documents, communications, signing of things. It's really just to keep all of the stuff related to your project with this BuildExact user in one place and try and simplify it rather than having to chase and search through multiple emails, messages, etc. We're just trying to simplify this by having it all in one spot. When you click the invite link, it's going to take you to a page like this. And step one is you need to create a username or log in via Google or Facebook, whatever your preference is, but you need to set that up for the first time. I am going to cheat a little bit and use some credentials that I have for a portal here already and log in. And then we're going to go through the nuts and bolts of how to use this portal and all the different parts related to it. So when you get in here, it's going to take you to the active projects. Now I've got 8 active projects. More than likely, you're just going to have 1, maybe 2. And just a point here that if you do repeat work with this particular BuildExact user, you are going to get all of the projects in one place if they use the client portal for each one. So this is great if you do a lot of repeat work with this builder. The most common case is that there'll just be one project here. So just to distinguish kind of the differences if you have multiple projects here. I'm going to go into this one, which in my example is the one I'm working on with this BuildExact user. And I'm going to talk about all the different parts that are in here and what you need to know. So from top to bottom, we've got a timeline. I've put an example image in here. This is really supposed to just be a rolling update section. So the BuildExact user can share images of the job. There's little notes about what's going on. And each of our users kind of does use this in a different way. So they might do daily updates, weekly updates, could be anything. But just to know that updates will show on the timeline page. Messages. So think of this almost like a Facebook Messenger or something like that. All the topics come in here. You can go through and view them all. You can reply in line to each of the messages to kind of keep the thread rolling on each of these topics. Or you can create a new message. And if I just go back to the timeline, you'll notice there's a new message button here. You're going to see that on a lot of screens. So if you hit new message, in this case, it's replying to the item that was shared. So when you do a new message, you're specifically discussing this update or document or whatever it is that you're hitting new message against. So quotes is another thing that can be shared. And if I go to this one, it'll open up. Depending on what the BuildExact user is doing and how you're signing off on things, some items will have a digital sign option. And when these happen, you're going to get an email for these as well. But just to say that you can accept and sign off on quotes or variations, and you can sign right here and you'll get a confirmation of that signature. But this is you accepting things that the BuildExact user is sharing to you. Selections, I'll come back to in one moment. Plans, I don't have any example ones here, but depending on the type of project, the BuildExact user might share sets of plans to you. Documents, this is kind of a catch-all for anything. So it could be something as simple as an image. It could be warranty documents. It could be a whole horde of things. This is just where the folders are kept and documents are kept. Variations, so if there's a change to contract, this is the place that will have that information. And you can do signatures and digital acceptance via variations as well. Lucky last two ones, the invoices as they come in, they'll all be here. And the last part down here is just a contacts area. So this is just the contact information of that Build Exact user, portfolio of some of the previous work they've done. Now back to selections. Let's dive into this section in a bit more detail because there's more to know about this versus some of the other sections. So selections, if the Build Exact user is using it for this project, allows you to see what items are allowances in their budget, and then accordingly choose the one that fits you the best. So I've got an example image. Some will have images, some won't. The intention, and you will get separate emails as these come through, the intention is that you are using this to pick selection items and notify the builder. So you can go select, you can deselect, and you can switch it up until the builder acknowledges it and locks it. You can equally so request items. So let's say you're picking a cooktop in this case, the builder's given you the two recommended ones that you can have a look at. You can absolutely request your own. And if you do this, the best tip I can give you here is provide as much information as possible to try and help that Build Exact user know what item you're recommending or requesting. So an image, awesome. I'd also add the website link if you're looking at it online. That'll help the builder a lot. The price that you're seeing it listed for, what it's going to be called. So fill all of that out and send the request. The way the requested items work is the Build Exact user will see that and respond to it. So they might accept it and on we go. There might be times they reject it. In the example where you suggest something that is the wrong size or isn't going to fit. So they'll communicate with you as you put those forward. Now, one extra point is as you go through the different sections, and your selections, if it's getting used, will arguably be a lot longer than this. There'll be more sections. One thing to pay special attention to is the due date. The builder or Build Exact user is putting this in here to try and indicate to you when this selection or decision has to be made by. And they've done this to try and keep the project on time. So this is giving them enough time to know what you're selecting and order it and get the materials on site. Awesome. The final 2 points are notifications. So I'm going to click on HA, which is my user's initials here. A special note to this notification section. So if you want to receive hourly updates, which I think is far too frequent, or daily updates, you can select it here. Note that what this is talking about specifically is the summary emails. So if an invoice is sent to you, you're going to get a separate email on that. What this is talking about is if there's a change made during the day, it could be that the builder shares 20 photos. How often do you want us to check for changes and notify you about them? I think once a day is fine. If there's nothing to notify you about that day, we don't send you a notification anyway. So this is just saying if there are changes, how often should we check and then subsequently send you an email notification about it. Now, the last point is relating to access to this long term. And where I'm thinking about this, when I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking specifically around access to invoices if you need them for any records, or access to documents. Maybe the Build Exact user has put in handover documents, etc. So to cover this off, you have access to this portal essentially indefinitely. So even if the project's finished, you still have access to it. If the Build Exact user goes to a different software platform and doesn't use Build Exact anymore, we still keep this open for you. The intent is that, if the project's finished and then there's a 2-year gap and you need to access documents, you don't need to reach out to that Build Exact user necessarily, because all the stuff is still in here. On the other hand, if you want to reach out to them to get another project rolling, you can reach out to them here as well. So it's got a few uses long term, and really the main point is you'll have access much beyond or much further after the project has completed. You can come into this essentially whenever you need to. Fantastic. Hopefully that helps you using the portal and your understanding of it. If you've got subsequent questions, reach out to the person who invited you and they can advise on those specific questions. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.